Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the garage, and welcome to a day where I don't even know what we're going to get into. So I was going to start doing my least favorite thing on this project, which is wiring. Really, we don't have that much to wire. We have our majority of it done already. Really, we had everything wired up there end of last year with our wiring panel, which as you can see is a bit of a mess. We kind of have stuff going all over the place temporarily. We need to get that straightened up. We also need to run the water pump and rad wires to the back here, because originally we had that stuff in the front of the truck for when we were going to try and run the truck at the end of last year. So that got me thinking, you know, we got that wiring in the front, but we also have all the wiring for that stuff and our nitrous, you know, for our spool jet. You know, we got to get all that stuff done. I was looking at where I want to mount the solenoid, all that kind of stuff. And I was like, well, you know, maybe up here. And so then I got thinking, maybe we got to cut this back. I mean, I don't really care for how it is. I'd like to cut it back so we just kind of have this, you know, just kind of box this off where these holes are, something like that. So anyway, as you guys can tell, not really sure what we're getting into today. We have wiring to do. I would like to get rid of those things. We got a bunch of odd little jobs we got to get done. I'm going to start by getting rid of these. What I'm thinking to start off, I'll probably just cut it and follow this line here, see what it looks like. But what I would actually like to do is kind of just get back to here. And like I said, I really don't know what that fully looks like. You know, we can bring this line over straight like that. I don't know. So let's just get to doing something, even if it's wrong. All right, so got this corner pretty much done. One thing that we need to do is go through and paint a lot of this stuff we've been fabricating. Got all these pieces off. Really not much in the way of weight. It's just kind of annoying having it there. Once we get a coat of paint on this, it'll look a little better. But actually cut the pinch weld off here and then had to weld some up here. Just because, well, my cut might have been a little too deep in that one section, but got everything kind of smoothed out. We do have some carryover. This plate was one we welded on the inside previously, back when we had this whole cab off. So that plate's actually welded to like right here. So I didn't want to get rid of none of this. So we have a little bit of an overlap, not a big deal. But yeah, so once we get this all painted up, everything will be kosher again. But yeah, so that turned out well. Nice little transition. We still have a lot of strength in this corner for our piece for the hood. So everything's looking good. I got all the sharp edges off of it, so don't worry about cutting myself or anything like that. So that's good. We'll move on to the passenger side, which is pretty much going to be the identical process. We'll cut it here, come down right in here, so we keep this area just like on the other side. Slice it here. Now on this side we got this little bump out, so what I'm going to try and do is just slice it like here and then try and get rid of this thing. I did have to get rid of some spot welds on the other side to get that right, but we'll get rid of this whole section, and that just, it'll open things up a little more. I mean, as you guys can see, we just kind of cut this with the Sawzall real quick before, so we'll get this all taken care of and move on from there. All right, so got the passenger side all done. This really turned into a much bigger project than I was ever anticipating. I was thinking, just whack them off, clean some stuff up, will be good. Well, when I cut this pinch weld down here, it actually all separated, and this piece was flopping in and out, so I had to get that straightened back out, and then weld that seam up and weld up here to get everything nice and good. So this corner's good as well. All of our rough edges are off and all that. It's cut back. It looks much better. I mean, it just getting rid of that one little piece, it seems like it opens up the engine compartment so much more. So I'm glad we did it. Everything's, I know it kind of looks like crap right now, but that is because there's no paint on it. We do have to go through and paint. Well, we got to paint a whole bunch of stuff. So anyhow, that is done. I figured since we are in the welding, grinding mode right now, we might as well get another little project done that we need to do. And that is this right here. So our drive shaft hoop, we actually had taken that out from previously, and we're going to put it in there where we have our built-in drive shaft hoop, built into the cage. We have the top portion. So I don't know if when I cut this down, because it's going to have to be cut down at like an angle, if we're going to still have enough clearance to the drive shaft. So we'll get the drive shaft in there. I'll get this kind of fabbed up, and we'll see. If we don't have enough room, we're going to have to kind of take a step back and figure out what we got to do. So this worked great when we just had one bar going across, or actually, what did I have it welded to? I had it welded to something. Maybe it was the factory cross member that was there. I can't remember. But anyhow, we'll get this in and all fabbed up, or hopefully. So anyhow, let's get our drive shaft in and see what we got. So we have success. If you guys can see right there, we got our drive shaft loop installed. It's just welded onto the built-in portion. I think we have plenty of room. I didn't have to make as steep of an angle as I thought I was going to have to. And really, I was even able to weld it without removing the drive shaft. I just started welding and figured, I'll get what I can, then pull it out. And well, I was able to get the whole thing. So our drive shaft is installed and our drive shaft hoop. So all we have to do to get the drive shaft out is undo this flange, push it forward, and then it'll slide right out between that hoop. There's no real need for a detachable hoop. I did think about it for a second and then said, let's just weld her on there. So that's good. That's definitely something we need for what we're doing. I don't know, we probably should upgrade our U-joints. These are the factory ones that came in the truck when I got it, so we should probably do something a little beefier there, but at least we have protection to protect, our transmission cooler, our radiator, everything. We're just protecting the whole underside of the, well, I guess we don't have to worry about the underside of the bed. So we got that done. We got our two corners all cleaned up, everything looking good, or it will look good once we have paint on there. Just a little something, like I said, just cutting that piece that was out to here, it just opens up the whole thing. I mean, it's probably hard for you guys to see on camera, but to me, it just makes it look like you're getting that much more access, which I don't think we could really get any more access than what we have and have a complete running unit. So that's all good. I'm happy with how that all turned out. Definitely took way longer than I was anticipating, but we got all this metal out of there. Really, this is all just thin sheet metal other than these, tubes. Not a whole lot of weight, but it's weight we didn't need. So anyhow, guys, got a little more done to the truck. Some stuff that, well, the drive shaft hoop was definitely a necessity. This was something that we didn't have to do, but honestly, I'm trying to put off wiring as long as possible because I really don't want to do it. I just don't like it. It's monotonous. It's not really exciting, but it's something that needs to be done. So that will probably be coming up here shortly, because we have to still wire like our blow-off valve, which I actually ordered a port for our blow-off valve, so we can add our blow-off valve to our hot side pipe. Also, we need to add our nitrous fitting. We got to mount our nitrous bottle, run all our lines. We have to run the power for our coolant pump, for a radiator fan, all that kind of stuff. We got a bunch of little wiring to do, clean up some stuff inside the cab. So anyway, guys, we got some welding done. We got wiring left to do, and a bunch of other stuff. We're really knocking stuff out lately, and we are pretty darn close. One thing I have been considering is maybe, since we're not going to be able to run the truck and we're getting to a point where we're getting everything back together, maybe we need to add you know, some kind of deployable device here in the rear end, you know, that would maybe help us slow down. So might end up getting something like that. But anyway, guys, I'm kind of rambling here. It's getting late. I hope you enjoyed. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Get out in your garage, get the wrenching on your truck.